Hey guys, Waterfowler41 here, and today we have another video with the 2017 Silverado. So in full disclosure, I bought these parts originally for my 2014 GMC Sierra. However, some transmission issues, and that truck is now history and replaced with another truck. However, we still have the 2017 Silverado, and the beauty of GM parts is, for the most part, they're pretty interchangeable between trucks. These are the Havoc Offroad HST running boards. And these are basically a low profile, or I'll say a flat running board versus the hoop off-road steps that you see a lot on the lifted pickup trucks. So what this is going to do is give it a little bit more ground clearance to this truck, which is already relatively low. Hopefully at one point he goes to the lift kit, but until then, we're going to put these running boards on his truck and replace these Tiger. Are these Tiger? Yeah, the Tiger, the Amazon special running boards. So what do you get in the kit? You obviously get the HST running boards. These are solid steel running boards. They are going to take a beating. So these are about as close to rock sliders as you can get for running boards and still maintain a functional running board. They're also pretty sizable, so they're going to give them plenty of plenty of space to step on them getting in the truck. Then you get the brackets. So the brackets are pretty unique on these running boards versus any other ones that I've installed, in that there's a little bit of adjustability. So that's obviously how they go on here. They slip inside these little elbows, and then you have some distance. You can slide it in and out. So you could tuck it up against the truck like that, or you could slide it out, I'll say maybe 3/8 of an inch to give you a little bit more step when you open up the truck to get in. Useful when you have kids. So the other benefit of this kit is, unlike most aftermarket kits where you only get 3 brackets for the running boards, you get the full 4 brackets per side. Now, this is pretty uncommon with aftermarket running boards, at least the ones I've been seeing lately. So getting 4 brackets, obviously they're going to be pretty sturdy. Then you get the hardware kit to to install everything up on the truck. So the first thing we are going to do is remove these running boards off the truck. So like I said, there's 3 brackets. There's going to be 2 bolts on each one, and then it's just going to pop off. So these are the HST running boards. These are HPG 007108. So these running boards will fit everything from 2007 to 2018 1500 trucks, and then the Gasser 2500 and 3500 tanks. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and throw on the 4 brackets per side. We're gonna put them on finger tight, and that way we could lay this bracket right up on them, get everything down, hand tighten it, adjust it to where we want it, and then tighten everything down. It's a pretty simple project. The only bad part is you gotta get underneath the truck, and it's the Midwest, and we're in snow season right now, so there's gonna be plenty of salt falling on us. But other than that, pretty simple installation. So let's rock and roll with getting the old running boards off. Alright, so now that we got the other running boards off, we're going to go ahead and start installing the brackets. So I just want to show you, these are the existing holes. So this is the second bracket on the driver's side. There's one up there. And essentially what happens here, and all aftermarket brackets are essentially going to look the same because they're going to use the same mounting brackets in this truck. So you're going to have one bolt that goes up here and another bolt that goes to the pinch weld at the bottom. So alright, so we're at the rear position where the bracket's going to go in. I wanted to show you how these bad boys work. So on both the last mounting bracket and then the second last mounting bracket, you're going to be sending a bolt through basically a hole in the side of the unibody. So what you're going to want to do is pop these guys on there. What that does is basically turns this into a mounting position for the bracket. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is take the bracket itself and our zinc bolts. We're going to run them right through there, hand tighten it. And then we're going to get one of the black bolts, zinc washers, and then the flange nut, and send that guy right through here. Okay, so I have the brackets on there, and they're just hand tight. They're dangly a little bit, but that gives us room to mess around with it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the driver's side running board, which is the running board's the fatter portion of it is in the front. So that goes towards the driver's side, and then the skinnier portion, it tapers off in the rear, gives it a nice, I'll say, sportier look. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to lift that running board up into place, and the running board is going to rest on top of the brackets themselves. So it's just going to sit up on top and slip in there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pass these bolts through, and then they are basically a locking bolt. So they'll slip in here, and then we'll tighten up a flange washer on the other side of it just to hold everything together. So every position gets 2 bolts. So I have one carriage bolt here, one carriage bolt in the second, just to hold things up into place. It still has a way to go, but that's just to get everything in there and then just kind of slowly go through and line up everything and put the rest of the carriage bolts in. So let's rock and roll and do that. All right, so I got the carriage bolts in there with the nuts on the back end of it. But so far, the running board is looking awesome. It is about 1,000 times better looking than the Tiger running boards. So right now, what we're gonna do is, first of all, I wanna show you that, see, it does slide a little bit. And once we get things flat, you'll see that you can pull it in and out. It's gonna be pretty simple. Tightening the running board down to the actual bracket is just these two nuts here because the carriage bolt's gonna be held in place by the slotted bracket. So I'm gonna get a 13mm wrench up on top and then a socket here. Tighten this bad boy down and then tighten the top one. So always do the one on the pinch weld first, then do the top bolt. That way it holds everything in place, and then we'll come back through and tighten these guys. All right, so we are on and everything's tightened down. So just a quick review of how these went on. So the first thing we did is obviously remove the old Amazon special running boards. And then we took the brackets, the 4 brackets that came with the Havoc Offroad kit, installed those using the zinc bolts through the top mounting position, and then black bolts with the zinc washer and the zinc nut on the other side for the pinch weld location. Left those hand tight, then took the new running board, laid it on top of the brackets, and then did the top ones first, and then went back and did the side bolts. Each position has a carriage bolt to the side, and then a carriage bolt to the top. The top ones, it's a tight fit because these hug the bottom of the truck pretty well. But once you get it through there, then you put a washer on the other end, then one of the black flange nuts, and then just tighten everything down. And the carriage bolt is held in place by the slotted running board bracket itself. So plenty of foot area to step on with these running boards, and they're not going anywhere too. So we're gonna go ahead and do the passenger side, but I will say these are some of the best brackets and running boards I've ever installed on a truck. These are heavy duty. I really like how high off the ground the running boards keep the truck, so you don't need to worry about bottoming out or high load in the middle of your truck. So we're gonna go ahead and get the passenger side installed and just repeat the process one more time and then do a once over on the truck. Okay, first of all, we're gonna ignore the exhaust tips. This is an experiment that we're working on. Don't worry about the black and the chipping paint. We'll deal with that one in another video. But I did want to show you the difference between, let's say, $200 Amazon special running boards and quality running boards. So these running boards are about a year old, and this is rust. So basically, when you wash a truck, there's spots where the truck is always going to drip down, and this is right underneath the door channel here. So water will basically run down the channel and drips out down here. What happens is that water sits on here, and if you don't have a durable finish on your running boards, this is what happens. I had this happen to another running boards on a truck in the past. So good timing to be swapping these out with the Havoc Offroad ones. All right, so we have the Havoc Offroad running boards completely installed. And I gotta say, these are some of the best running boards I've ever installed, mostly because of how wide they are. And they're wide, but not excessive. So you get basically a full foot on this running board to get into the truck, which is nice. So that is definitely appreciated. And if you ever have kids in the truck, these running boards are the way to go versus the hoop steps because they give you way more step area. But again, just a quick review. Really all you need is a 13mm wrench and a 13mm socket and ratchet. Remove whatever running boards you have on there that came with the truck or that you already put on. Put the brackets on first, hand tight them, then go back through and hold the running board up there. Pop the carriage bolts through the running board into the bracket itself, and then tighten everything down. I would say it's probably better to do the brackets first, tighten those down onto the frame and the pinch weld, and then go back through and tighten this guy. Also, as you're tightening them, make sure you pull the running board up. It's heavy, it's gonna lean a little bit, and when you tighten those bolts, you wanna make sure that the running board is flat so it's even, so you're not feeling like you're slipping off it. But yeah, overall, very impressed with the build quality of these running boards. All right, so those are the Havoc Offroad running boards. Those are HST 007108 part number. The boards and the brackets all come as one. You can get them on realtruck.com. I'll have the product, link to the product down below in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it.